Hey guys! Welcome to a new live stream on Learn Chinese Facebook page, YouTube channel, and also on the Chinese Weibo under the name CGTN Radio. So today, under this beautiful sunlight, we are now visiting an organic farm in the suburb of Beijing called Shunyi. So the farm is actually called Shared Harvest. By the name, I think you can tell that the owner of the farm aims to share its organic harvest among the communities here in Beijing, and it's working quite well as well. I think as most of people would anticipate that organic farming can be expensive and also maybe a niche market at some country and some societies because, you know, it's generally more expensive than your regular veggies and food in supermarkets. So today we're here to see what the fuss about organic farming and how they grow beautiful vegetables here at Share Harvest. So first of all, let's visit one of the greenhouses in this base. The base here actually has 26 greenhouses, all growing vegetables and flowers, and it's really warm, you know, in the early spring here in Beijing, and you can see all these flowers they've been making, which this is sanjiaomei, which is a very popular flower in the southern part of China. You can see it everywhere in Guangdong or even Hainan or other southern countries. There are also other flowers. I don't think I can name them all because, of course, I'm no expert on floriculture, but passing this beautiful, and also if you're here, you can smell the smell of spring, the fresh and floral scent that's been filling this greenhouse. But at the same time, they're also growing herbs. As you can see, there are rosemaries over here, the beautiful rosemaries, which is getting a lot of popularity in the Chinese market at the moment. And because, you know, people want to see how to cook different cuisines from different countries. So rosemary, I think, you know, is a very important herb in many cooking from many countries. Oops, sorry, there is a chair here. And they're also breeding a lot of the seedlings of vegetables. And we're seeing this is the celery over here. You can see the celeries. By the way, it's all using non-synthetic fertilizers, and so that's why we're calling it organic farm. By organic farming, we mean to use only biological fertilizers and pesticides, and so growing a lot of by using other means to eliminate the use of synthetic and chemicals in the process of farming. Why do we want organic farming, you may ask? So one of the reasons is because by using synthetic fertilizers and pesticides, you are not only harming the vegetables themselves, because we know that there will be chemicals attached to the vegetables, but there will also be contamination, the soil and the water, and so which will grow back into the veggies and other foods that will growing and coming back to the human body, which is not good. So, and it's also not good for the ecological environment locally. So here at this organic farm, they are trying to grow a lot of the veggies. You can see here is the mint. I'm a big fan of mint. You can see here how I'm gonna nibble a little. It's very minty. Sorry, my description here is not the best, but it's very minty. And I believe they're not using no pesticide, because you can see in the far yellow pad hanging there has a lot of bugs attaching on that. So it's a way of cutting the use of pesticides in the process of farming. And also by organic farming, they're also using other means. For example, they will be adopting of other bugs in the process of farming to in the way of nature works, you know, there are some bugs would eat other bugs, so they want to borrow bugs from other parts and to cut out all the harmful bugs for the veggies and fruits here. And so at the same time, in China, organic farming is getting a lot of discussions and also popularities in the market. So surprisingly, China is the 4th largest consumers of organic products globally, and also I think 3rd of growing organic products globally as well. So China has a very big market, and the public is welcoming organic farming and organic products. They're willing to pay the extra money to try to buy healthy fruits, healthy veggies, which is good for themselves not only, but also for the ecological environment locally. And here at the Share Harvest, they're using a new sort of business mode under organic farming as well, which is called CSA, Community Supported Agriculture. The term, you may not be familiar with the term, but I think if you have seen an advertising slogan anywhere in your community, you can see some of them are advertising eat local, buy local, which means to use, which is sort of the farm is running under CSA, Community Supported Agriculture Business Mode. The way it works is that farmers set up this account or this platform so that consumers will subscribe to this platform, pay a monthly fee or subscribe to the membership there, and then they're able to receive a box of seasonal organic produce, which sometimes they can know what's in the box, and others is that they won't be able to really, it's like a blind box that you will have to wait and see until open it. So this way, the owner of the farm, named Shi Yan, actually has been testing the water of this business mode known as CSA for over a decade now here at this shared harvest, and it's doing quite well. So apart from this base that we're at the moment, which they have 26 greenhouses and some animal farming, they also have 2 other bases here in Beijing. One is not far from here, also in this suburb, which is bigger in size. It covers about 15 hectares, and they have fruits there, fruit trees there, and also greenhouses for veggies as well. And more importantly, they have animal farmings for all the familiar animals you know, that your cows, pigs, ducks, goose, and chicken, the poultry. And they are all following the organic farming methods, so meaning to not use chemicals in the process of farming, because we know that organic animal farming is a major contributor to carbon emission globally. So in China and also in other parts of the world, people are trying to, figure out a way how to cut out the carbon emission that's being, I won't say polluting, but actually definitely contributing to the climate change that we are seeing at the moment. So in the shared culture, they are also trying to raise pigs and cows, most importantly, and poultry, which are popular meats around the world, to do it organically, eco-friendly, and also be able to feed the local community, as maybe farming from the ancient times weren't able to do that. And also they have another base over in Tongzhou. These bases are also open for visitors, so that consumers, even if you subscribe to that platform or not, is also able to see the farming method itself. You can see here these 2 big tanks is actually used for heating during winters of all these greenhouses. And what's inside the tanks are actual actually biogas. There is a small biogas in the distance from here, and they are using excrement from the farm animals they're farming, and also from the other, and also from the stalks and straws that they disposed after the harvest. So, and they're also using, I think, every inch under this base. This base covers about 4 hectares. And for example, there are little cute bunnies over here eating the scraps from the vegetables. You can see they are chubby, fluffy, and enjoying their veggies, organic veggies over here, and numbling over the bok choy growing in the farm. And at the same time, as I just was talking about organic farming, we're next to the next greenhouse to see what's actually here. Hopefully more veggies, because it's early spring at the moment. So the farmers are still planting seeds on the ground. So you are seeing a lot of the veggies are pretty on the pretty early stage. They're pretty small, but this is the bok choy that's very popular globally for Asian cooking. Over here, I'll just pick one leaf. This is the bok choy that's very popular in Asian cookings worldwide, and you can see the stalk is actually thinner than the bok choys you normally find in local supermarkets, simply because, you know, organic farming, organic produce won't look as, I would say, fuller and colorful compared to those you see in the supermarkets, simply because, you know, this produce don't look like that in the nature. So you can see how over the times we are sort of disconnected from our nature over the modernization and machines used in farming. And there are also more bok choys over here. And I think there are also different types of bok choys. This is nai bai cai. In Chinese, you can call it milky cabbage, which is also a kind of bok choy. This is called you cai in Chinese, and I think bok choy is actually translated directly from Cantonese, but in Mandarin it's called you cai. And we are also seeing more veggies. In the background, you can see how colorful in different shapes and different rotations, different shapes and different colors over here. And speaking of more about organic farming, they are using, as I said earlier, cutting the use of chemicals, synthetic fertilizers and pesticides in the process of farming, and also at the same time they have this crop rotation schedule, which means that as they grow, you know, vegetables, you can grow them in a few weeks or sometimes a few months. So they have a shorter lifespan compared to, you know, other crops, for example, wheat or rice. So, oh, I can see, I think daikon over here. I don't know if we can see any. Oh, here it is. It's kind of a greenish and smaller in size compared to those from that we bought. Is quite small and greenish. Can I pick one? I think I can. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's really, oh, deep rooted daikon over here. It's quite small. Oops, sorry. It's quite small, and you can see the dirt compared to it. It's really long. I wonder if it tastes different compared to, you know, the ones that we have in the supermarkets. You know, it's normally about this long and perfectly in white and really, really big in size. But this one is really small and a greenish. So I'm gonna, I think, put it aside for the farmers to pick them up later, because I don't want to take this away. They are using it for harvest later. So I'll lay it here and they'll pick it up later in the day. And speaking of veggies, I do have a few questions because, of course, I'm no expert in agriculture. We are seeing some of the, I think it's lettuce over here, which is 芦笋 in Chinese. And also we having, I don't know if you have that in your country, but we call it 油麦菜. And here, I have a question for you. So do reply me if you know the answer at that. Over here, I'm assuming this is cauliflower, but frankly, I don't know. And I will pose a question here for you guys to answer it. If you know the type, the breed of these vegetables, please do tell us in the comment section below. And what it's called in English, maybe I'll tell you later in Chinese, how to say it in Chinese. So this is the second greenhouses that we are seeing at the moment. We're seeing some of the 小白菜, little Chinese cabbages over here. And you can see, I think, some of the organic farmers would argue that there are grasses, non-vegetable grasses on the ground here. And is it a bad thing to have some of the unwanted grass in the field? Some of the organic farmers will tell you that the answer is no. That sometimes to have some grass on the ground won't do any harm to the veggies you are growing. But in the sense that they are also helping the ecological environment. I'll explain to you in this minute. As I said earlier, there is a schedule of crop rotation. Crop rotation means in this field, they will grow different types of vegetables or crops in order to balance the nutrition in the soil, because we know certain crops need certain nutrition in the soil. But if you grow one type or one breed of crop in the same land over a really long period, the soil won't be as fertilized as before. So by growing different types, taking advantage of what we know, the science, and what we know about nature, that we can grow certain breeds of crops or veggies in the same field here, but then after we harvest these veggies and crops, we will grow different types of crops so that they complement each other in the nutrition, the nutritions in the field, so that you won't be able to only have different harvest throughout the year, but you are also to have a balanced, healthy, and fertilized soil for your further future farming. So in this way, I think it's not only about cutting out the chemicals. It's not only about high technology that a lot of people are having in mind, but it's just simple science. Simple common sense after you've been a farmer for some years. So at this organic farm, I think at the same time they are promoting, of course, organic farming, and it's getting popularities. I think the owner said that they are able to gain the revenue of about 10 million yuan a year, which is pretty good considering it's organic farming, because you can see the popularity over here in Beijing, but also more importantly, the owner, Shi Yan, is trying to educating people, to provide the education about the importance of organic farming and why do we need organic farming for our ecological future. So they are collaborating with schools in Beijing. So the students can visit farm here, get their hands dirty, pick some vegetables or grow some vegetables themselves, and even, if they are unable to come to the farm because it's about an hour and a half drive from the city center, they can also have staff from the farm to go to the classrooms and tell the kids about farming, about veggies, about everything farming, about nature, I think. Because, as I said, we are so disconnected with nature. I mean, I can't even name all the types of vegetables here. And we don't know the actual shape, color of certain vegetables grown naturally. We only know the ones that are put on the shelves on the supermarkets by a lot of big companies. So sometimes it's okay for us to, you know, see what nature really is. And I think I'll see some of I haven't really said hi to you guys. So I'll take this moment to greet you guys. Hi to Fatima and Hussan. Good morning, ni hao. And it's a really beautiful weather today. Yes, it is, as Honor would say. And Zach Boyko said, 下午好. Yes, it's good afternoon. 下午好. We are at a farm, 农场 farm today. And let's say Luca is also saying good day, mate. And also a lot of more people are greeting us. Kenny Yam said good afternoon. Giovanni Luca said, you grow daikon. Okay, it's perfect. Do you grow the same daikon here? I think you can cook a lot of dishes with that beautiful white radish. Daikon actually, by the way, in Chinese means 白萝卜. Bai means white. 萝卜 is any kind of radish. So you can call them, we have like green radish, 绿萝卜, or water radish, 水萝卜 is the smaller ones. I'll show you later in the farm, the smaller round ones in sort of a pink red color. And also, that word is said 萝卜 is actually 白萝卜, by daikon. And Giovanni Luca said kale. Yes, the farm actually has some kale in here, but I'm not sure we have covered that here in these greenhouses, because there are, I think, over 60 breeds of vegetables grown in this space. I don't know, I can't name them all, sorry, I'm not expert on these vegetables. And we covered a lot of vegetables here. We have 芦笋, I think it's called lettuce in English. We covered daikon, which is 白萝卜, and we also covered bok choy, 油菜, and the 奶白, the milky bok choy, the 奶白菜, that is popular in eastern part of China. And also getting popularity here in northern China simply because, you know, we have the transportation to be able to transport vegetables and fruits to us, and in a very short minute, so that we can have fresh produce all year long. And we are seeing Zach Boyko, sorry if I'm butchering your name, that he said 认识你很高兴，新年快乐. Yes, it is good to meet you too, Boyko. And it's a Happy New Year, not only Happy New Year, but Happy Spring, 春天快乐. The early spring is coming, and I don't know if you can see that we are having some breeze here in Beijing. I would say it's no Beijing if there isn't some spring breeze here. So breeze and Beijing is just the perfect season for us to have. Okay, let's visit the third greenhouses of the day. Let's see the blind box here. What's in this blind box? And by the way, if you go into the room, you can actually smell the fertilizers, the natural fertilizers that you have. Here we have some of the vegetables that I think are more familiar to those in Western countries. First of all, we have, if you can take a guess, what's these vegetables? Well, if you take a minute and look at closely, you can see some of the smaller Brussels over here. It's actually Brussels sprouts. It's not a common vegetable, I think. Chinese people, it's regular in the Chinese people's diet, but it's definitely getting a lot of popularity over the years, especially in recent years, because, you know, it's delicious, first of all, and it's perfect cooking with bacon and chili, which pork and chili are also in the staple diet of a Chinese table. And we also have some of the salad greens that a lot of people are enjoying. If personally speaking, I enjoy these rockets over here. I think this rockets over here is called 芝麻菜. It's very popular over the years, especially in salads. It has the sense of sesame, so that's why in Chinese we're calling it 芝麻菜. 芝麻 means sesame. 菜, of course, vegetable. So it's a sesame vegetable, 芝麻菜, but it's actually the rockets that you normally put in your salad. And that's it for the greenhouses. So, and here at the Shared Harvest Organic Farm, how do they ship their harvest to the consumers that are buying this organic produce? Is they can have this membership, but of different price points, and then they can order. They have an online platform, and they can order the type of veggies and fruits they want on that online platform. And at the same time, this farm is also having a online taking advantage. Sorry, the breeze. As I said earlier, it is not Beijing without some breeze in the spring. So welcome the breeze and welcome spring, and finally summer is coming. So as I was speaking about how do you buy this organic product, is you go online and order the things you want, and it will be delivered to your doorstep. And also they are also having live streamings. I don't think it's every day, but quite frequently on Douyin, the Chinese TikTok. And so that, I'm not sure if you're familiar from your country, but in China, you can place orders while watching those live streamings online. Oh. So this is another of their greenhouses. Oh, they have some of the green garlics growing. 青蒜. You can smell. If you're here, you can actually smell the garlicky smell, which is quite delicious. My mouth is full of saliva right now. And you can see all the yellow patches in the distance. That's covered in bugs' bodies. And it's a way for them to pesticide. It's a way of pesticide in this organic farming process. As you can see in the distance, they're planting more veggies. I think some of them are carrots, radish, or more green veggies, or purple greens in the distance, as you can see. So at this, I'm not sure what's this. I'm sorry, again, I don't know all the vegetable names. I'm unable to tell you. Apparently, I have a lot learning that I need to do. Zach Boyko said, "My father is in Guangdong. I would love to visit Beijing." Welcome, Boyko. Zach, if I may call you. Yeah, Beijing at the moment. Beijing is welcoming. I think best season of Beijing is approaching. In April, the flowers will be blooming and the veggies are growing, and you can have like different flowers you can go to appreciate the flowers in parks, and you can take some boats in the parks and enjoy the breeze, the spring breeze of Beijing. And I think it's you can't get that in Guangdong province. It's a quite different climate over here and different habits over here. And so as I was saying about organic farming is that we are in China, we are promoting organic farming actually. As you can see, it's getting popularities and having a big market here in China. is welcomed by the public. But at the same time, it's not only the efforts of the public is trying to promote this organic farming. The government is also trying to promote organic farming and other methods of farming that promote sustainability in our ecological environment. First of all, I think you all know that farming generates a lot of carbon emissions that we are working to reduce. And also, it's over the years, I think over the past few decades, there are a lot of contamination happening in our soil, in our water, and which in general just is doing harm to our human body. And also, it's also doing harm to our land. You know, we have been living on this land. For many people around the world, we're living on the same land for centuries, and we will continue to live on this land for the foreseeable future. So we need to protect this land to be able to, you know, we need to think about our future generations. So how to do that? I think a lot of experts, scientists, farmers are thinking about how to make our farming sustainable so that our future generations can still enjoy those delicious, healthy, and beautiful greens and fruits and meat that we are enjoying at the moment. And so they're having different trials and tests, and over here at this shared harvest organic farm, promoting the mode of CSA, community supported agriculture, is one way to do that. But of course, there will be other ways. I think but we need more trials and more tests. So over here, it's not only about growing fresh produce, it's also about education and telling the people, the consumers and the eaters primarily, about what they are having, what they are putting in their mouth, what they are putting on their plates, and what will be put on their children's plate. So it's important for us to really get to know how to do that. And I think the breeze actually carries the smell of fertilizers. And I would say, before, I used to, growing up, visiting villages where my grandparents live, I would loathe this smell of fertilizers. But now, having a more profound understanding of organic farming and what farming really means for us, I started to appreciate what we are having and what they're working on at the moment. So this is their 配菜间, the distribution and packaging center, where the farmers and workers will pack the produce that consumers orders online, put them in a box, and then deliver them to the consumer's doorstep. They not only have something grown here locally in this farm or other bases, they're also having other products from all over China. We were just speaking to a coffee farmer from Hainan province who is trying to promote his locally grown coffee beans. It's a bit sour, I think. It's a bit sour, but maybe because it wasn't really, you know, deep roasted, which I would prefer personally. And they also have other products. For example, they have detergent. They have detergent that is eco-friendly, and instead of, you know, the other detergent and washing liquid that we normally use, because sometimes the chemicals in those liquid is also harmful for our water system. And over here, the workers are buzzing, packing up all the veggies. We have big cabbages over here. This is big cabbage that they grow here locally, and they are packaging them and distributing them to other parts. Oh, I see something very interesting over here. A really cute carrot. See how small, and you know, with the dirt covering it, it's guaranteed healthy and delicious. And we also have even smaller ones. Apparently a lot of people ordered carrots over here. Oh, sorry. Oh, and also we also have different type of radish. Apparently, I think in winter here in Beijing, in northern China, in the cold weathers, radish is more appropriate veggies to be grown. There are also some greens over here. It's kind of a type of greens. I won't take it. I can't take it out because it will be delivered to customers. I don't want to butcher it. So over here, you can see this uncle 你好 are packaging a lot of other products that they are organic products they're producing and promoting all across China. They have chrysanthemum tea, they have oil, organic oil, and other products. Oh, sorry. Doorsteps. Over here we are able to speak to Shi Yan, the owner of the farm. She also has a doctoral degree on farming. Thank you. This is the mic for Dr. Shi Yan. 徐老师您好，您好。So, how are you? So today we are visiting your farm. We have some very wonderful experience over here. So can you introduce why do you decided to have set up this farm in the first place? Oh, sorry. I'll put the mic on. Okay. To be able to.
So okay.
I'll hold it up for you. Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe I can hold it myself.
Oh, great. Thank you. So can you tell us why you decided to set up this shared harvest farm here in Beijing in the first place?
I think it's 14 years ago. Yeah, I was still studying in Renmin University of China. At that time, I was doing research related to non-point pollution. Especially on agriculture. So at that time, I noticed that, especially synthetic fertilizer and pesticide is, and also the waste from the animal industry. Actually, that's the first contributor for our non-point pollution in China. But the way how we can have a solution. Actually, the solution for this pollution is to change the way how we grow our food. So I really feel, just writing thesis in the university is too far from, the action. Yeah. So I really want to put my theory into practice. So I decided to become a farmer.
So be part of the organic farming sector. But I do have a question here, because in China we have a large population. I'm wondering, do you think organic farming can actually, we have the issue of poverty, of feeding these 1.4 billion people. And do you think organic farming or sustainable farming is going to suffice to feed this large of a population?
I do believe a sustainable food system is the only way to solve the problem. But not, agriculture, organic agriculture is only one of the solution. But the other thing, now we waste about 1/3 of our food before the table. So, because now we are eating food from, in Beijing we're eating food from Hainan. And the transportation, the logistics, the storage, and all that process, you have lots of food wasted in the process. So why we promote community-supported agriculture, the short chain. From here to Beijing, we only have 50 kilometers. Every day we harvest in the morning, and we package in the afternoon, and the other day our members receive food. So we don't have, actually our waste is very, very small. So I think we need to reduce the food waste. That's the other thing we need to solve. And the other thing is also, now become the modernization of our society, and also people, especially living in the cities, we're eating more and more meat-based diets. Yes. And also we need to have a more sustainable food diets. So all these things, I think that's the some solutions and organic way of organic to produce our food is one of the solution. I don't think organic agriculture is the only solution, because that's organic agriculture is mostly focusing on production, but we still have issues on the consumption and also logistics.
Yes, and I also see you are educating a lot of the new farmers who want to take up the CSA mode or to take up organic farming. So do you think, what's your audience, are your students from all over China, and what's their response? And how are they working when they finish their study and going back home?
Yeah, 3 years ago, I feel, because many, actually at that time, 3 years ago, when lots of people, they come all over China, they come to my farm, wants to learn how we operate the farm and how to practice organic farming. But I found, if they only come to visit for a few hours, actually that's not enough. Yeah. And many people, when they just have a look of the farm and then they go back and then they start their own farm, usually they will waste lots of money, and they have lots of barriers when they operating a farm in the rural areas. So then at that time, I decided that we need to really have a training program that they can really stay at the farm with us. Together, they can have some indoor class, and also they can have some hands-on work in the dirt. So we start the new farmers training program. It's a 5 days training program, and so now until now we already trained about 700 new farmers all over China.
Wow!
And their background is very diverse. Some of them, they even are the journalist and the photographer, and some of them, they are just graduates from the university. So very diverse background.
Yeah.
But all of them, I think they are thinking of how in the future they can be involved in rural revitalization.
Yes.
Yeah.
The rural revitalization, and also see a lot of the other products that are not, I think, locally from the farm. Can you tell us are these products all organic?
Actually, they are not all organic certified, but their standards are all organically grown. So, for example, like this one, it's
pretty heavy.
Peanut oil.
Yes.
And this guy, he is also one of our new farmers.
Oh.
And he got trained in our program, and then he starts his own farm in Henan province.
So this one is shipped from Henan?
Yeah, from Henan. Actually, here is we call it food community. Because we as a farm locally in Beijing, we can't grow everything here. So we mostly we grow vegetables, fruits, and so because these things are hard to deliver.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but for this, usually you at the family you can use this one for maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks, so that we don't need to ship them every day.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is a new farmer. So he grow organic peanuts.
Oh.
And
so
then,
this is a byproduct of the organic peanuts that he is growing.
Yeah.
And I also see we have some Beijing special organic autumn pear syrup. It's actually made from organic pears.
Yeah, this is our farm products.
Oh.
Yeah, because we have a piece of orchard, and mainly is pear.
Yeah. So as you can see, the farm is not only growing fresh produce, but also is promoting a more healthier and sustainable lifestyle all over China. And I think I've spoken to another coffee farmer from Hainan province. It's the southernmost island in China. So for China, both the public, the government, and also professionals are trying to work a way of sustainability for our future generation, for our agriculture, and also for, I think, it's a contribution to humanity as well. So I think that's it for our live stream today, and thank you for taking the time with us to visit all the greenhouses and the shared harvest farm here in suburb Beijing. And please stay tuned for more fun live stream on our Facebook page Learn Chinese and also YouTube channel, as well as on the Chinese Weibo page under the name CGTN Radio. Thank you. And this is Dr. Shi Yan, the owner of the organic farm Shared Harvest. Thank you today.
Welcome, welcome all of you come to visit us in the future.
Yeah, maybe I'll take some of your courses as a student in the future as well.
Sure.
To learn more about agriculture and organic farming. So that's it for today. Thank you for having spent time with us. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.